Guys, what's going on? COCRP here. Today I'm going to be giving you a quick tutorial on how to add cars to your FiveM server. So let's hop right into it, guys. So right here I have my folder. A lot of the times when you download these folders, they will come as weird names like these. Don't worry about it. It's just the way that the WinRAR exports them. So it's not a big deal. So again, if you guys want to go and get your cars, make sure you go into 5mods or LSCPRS. They'll be linked in the description down below, along with the car that I am using, which is this one right here. So guys, right here, what I have for you is a add-on / replace. So as you see in here, when I am in the 5mods, I get this little thing right here. So let's just say I wanted a 2019 Lexus, and I looked this up and I found this. I would press download, and it's going to redirect me to this link, and I press download again, and I would get my WinRAR zip. So what you're going to want to do is you want to go ahead and open it right here. So it's going to open a zip onto your desktop. So a lot of times it'll come with weird files. You're just going to open it up until you find this DLC file. If it comes with just the DLC file, so for example, if it just came like if this was all that was in the file when you opened the zip, what you would want to do is you want to make a new folder. You can name it whatever for the start, but I would just name it 2019 Lexus or whatever the file that you downloaded is. So as you can see, I have my new folder here. I'm not going to use this, so I'm just going to delete it. But again, if it did come as just a DLC, it's not a big deal. You're just going to use this. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm just going to download this. I'm going to export this LXSS to my desktop, and I can exit out of the zip now. So now I'm just going to get rid of this by putting it in here. Alright, so now I have this file. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open it, and I'm going to drag to the right of my screen. This is optional, of course, but it makes your life a lot easier. As you can see, it puts this little line of gray. It's going to do this. What I'm going to want to do now is I'm going to want to go here, and I'm going to want to open what's called desktop or whatever you have your OpenIV in. If you have your OpenIV in a file, you're going to open your OpenIV and use this. If you guys don't have OpenIV, I'll leave a link in the description for the download. This is how you are going to get the rest of your files. So what I would do is just drag to the right of your screen. Now this is what's called split screening. What you're going to want to do is you're going to find your OpenIV file and your DLC file. You're going to drag your DLC file just like this onto this. It's going to say open with OpenIV. You're going to let go. And while that's loading, you're just going to make a new file and you're going to call it stream. Make sure you don't put an S at the end or it will not register. Alright, so now you should have this file right here. You can minimize out of this and do this now. So, as you can see now, I have a data folder, a 64 times folder, a content.xml, and a setup.xml. So none of the XMLs are going to be useful for you. You do not want them in your files. So what you're going to want to do first is, it doesn't matter which one you go for first, it's not going to make a difference. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and open the data, and I'm going to take these metas. Now these metas, if it says .meta, it has to go into here. So I'm just going to drag it in here. Make sure you don't get it in your stream folder or your car will not work. Just a quick note, some cars will not work. If your first car that you tried to download does not work, try another one. I'm sure it will work. Alright. So, now that I have these metas downloaded, I'm going to go ahead and hit the X until I get back to the top 64 times, and I'm going to open it. So now I have these two folders, data and vehicles.rpf. To start, I'm going to open vehicles.rpf, and I'm going to get these YTDs and YFTs. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight these and drag them into my stream folder. Make sure that you're in your stream folder, or again, this will not work. Alright, now that is done, we're going to go back. Data and A-lang. I call this A-lang. It's just called lang. This means language. There's nothing in here you are going to need. If I open this, you don't need any of this. Alright, so completely ignore A-lang or lang, whatever you want to call it. Most of the time, data. Make sure you open up every other file, though. Now, say you were to get more files, which a lot of times it does happen. You're just going to open them, and if it says YTD or YFT, make sure you drag them into your stream folder. If it says .meta, make sure you drag it into here. So now this is where stuff can get a little more confusing. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to make a new text document right here, and I'm going to name it __ resource dot Lua. Make sure you don't have that apostrophe at the end. Hold on. So if this actually does happen to you guys, where it doesn't turn into a Lua file, what you're going to want to do is you're going to go into, what's it called? You're going to go into customize, or you're going to go into general and press advanced, or where is it actually? I'm sorry. This doesn't usually happen. Okay, I'll leave a download link to what we need in the description. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna find a resource. I'm gonna find a resource.lua. For example, I found this one right here. Open file location. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna open this resource Lua, and you're gonna get these files. All right. This is if you do end up making your resource file. It will come up as a blank folder. What you're going to want to do is open it with Notepad, Notepad++, or whatever other thing you are using. So if that doesn't work, you have to. If you couldn't make your resource Lua, I'm going to link a download in the description. Sorry, I have to DM someone. But if you couldn't do it, I'll leave a download link in the description. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So again, this is what's going to have to be in it. I'll link it in the description real quick. And what you're going to want to do is make sure in your Lua file you have this, and you're going to paste it into here. So again, make your resource.lua file, and if that doesn't work, I'll have a download link in the description, and I'll also have this in the description. So what I would recommend doing is making a folder on your desktop and name it resource.lua_file. The underscore is optional. I'm used to it because I do coding. So you're going to want to find resource Lua file. Again, if you do have a previous one, you're just going to do this. Copy the resource Lua that you just made and go in here and paste it. Now, I would recommend keeping this on your desktop because it's easy access. So now we're just going to leave it like that. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to paste our resource file into here, and we're done with the files. Now, to spawn this code in, you're going to need a trainer, such as Vmenu or Lambda. So, to install that, I'll have a tutorial on my channel in a little bit. But that's pretty much it, guys. So, what you're going to want for the file part, and what you're going to want to do is opening your handling now. So, as you can see, I'm going to be looking for handling name. A lot of the time, it's going to be right under this. Handling name. You're going to find the name. Again, I would personally, after you get the handling name, copy it and paste it in somewhere safe that you know where to do it. For me, I'm going to put it right here. So, now that that's done, I would recommend renaming your file if it's not already named into here. So what you're going to want to do is rename this. So you're going to highlight it, rename, and rename it the spawn code. The handling name is going to be your spawn code, guys. So now that we have this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to my remote VPS. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to remote connect. Alright. And now that we're back, as you guys can see, I'm on my remote VPS. If you are on Zap Hosting, what you're going to need is FileZilla. This is a little more complicated, and I will link a good video description to do it on Zap Hosting. But pretty much with FileZilla, you're going to find your file, and you're going to inject it into your resources file. Once that is done, you're going to add it to your server CFG, and that's it. So for this, what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to go back. If you have a second monitor, if you don't, make sure you do this step before. I'm going to go back to this folder right here, and I'm going to go to desktop or wherever you keep it, and I'm going to copy this folder. Make sure you copy. I'm going to Control V on my desktop. Depending on how many files you are putting in at a time, personally, when I usually add cars, I'm adding 10 to 20 at a time, so it could take anywhere up to 10 to 30 minutes. So if you are adding multiple cars, make sure you get a drink, a snack, you get watch some YouTube or whatever you want while you're waiting, because this will take some time. And what you're going to want to do is when it's done, you're going to go ahead and go into your server CFG, and you're going to type the spawn code in, or the file name, sorry, not the spawn code. Whatever you named your file is what's going to go into your CFG, and I'll explain that right now. So, as you can see, I now have my file in my remote VPS. Now, this tutorial is going to be mainly for VPS, so if you are Zap Hosting, then you're a little bit beat here. This is also for a home connection, so if you're connecting through a file on your own desktop. So what I'm going to want to do here is I'm going to get the name. What I can do, if it's a long name, rename, Control C on the file. Now what I want to do is go find my resources file. So you're going to want to go to where your server is. Mine is FX server, CFX server data master, resources. Now I would recommend keeping it nice and clean like this. For example, I have cars, and I just add my cars into here. Alright guys, so now that I have it in my cars section, I'm going to go ahead and go into my Google. For me, this is what it's like. I'm going to log in. I'm using TXadmin. If you're using something else, then that's fine. I'm going to show you two ways to do this, guys. This, in my opinion, is the easiest way to do it. If you go to your CFG editor, again, I keep everything. Oh, I'm on the wrong one, guys. Sorry, this is my second server. If I go ahead and... one second. I think it should be this one. Nope. Alright. Alright, this is it right here, guys. Sorry about that. Alright, so as you can see, I'm on my dashboard right here. What I'm going to want to do is go to my CFG editor, and I'm going to go down to where all of my cars are, which in my case is right here. Now for Zap Hosting, you're going to put start. For this, for Storm, you're going to put ensure and the file name. Make sure it's the file name. Save file, and then once you're done with this, you can minimize this. Alright, that was the first way to do it. The second way you're going to be able to do it is you're going to go back into this area right here, your CFX server data master, or you're going to find your server.cfg. So in your server.cfg, you're going to go ahead and scroll down, and you're going to go to these resources. We'll start by default. Go down to wherever you want to put your file, put ensure, and put it right there. That's the other way. Make sure you press file, make sure you press save, and after that is done, you can go ahead and exit out. Now guys, if you just restart your server if it was already running and reboot it, you go and go into your server. You're going to press your Vmenu based button, if that's F1, M, whatever button it is. You're going to go to vehicle related options, vehicle spawner, spawn vehicle by name or by spawn code, and in that handling meta that we looked at before, you're going to be able to see your handling meta, and you're going to put that in. So if you guys want a text-based explanation, I have this right here, and I will link this in the description. So if you guys want to see this or read over this, you're completely welcome to. This has everything you need in the resource file, and it's a very detailed explanation. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, join the Discord in the description, check out the website, and make sure to join the server because we are growing. Alright, thanks guys for watching, and I hope this helped you out.